welcome everybody once again. Welcome to the All United Again episode 4. What a time to be back on a Monday again, fellas. I know you guys out there miss me. So guess what? I am back with a brand new shirt, this time with the away kit. Boy, it really looks good on me though. So fellas out there who feel that this jersey is actually ugly, no. This jersey is a classic piece of shirt. So please, it looks good on me. If it does look good on me, I'm sure it looks good on any one of you out there. So guys, thank you so much for actually chiming in to today's episode. We are going to be cracking it up. We are going to go on and review the Leeds game. I mean, I don't want to start the Leeds game right now without getting the guests in, but without further ado, usually I will be with the co-host, all right, with a Liverpool fan, Faris, but this time is different. Faris needed to do something, and I think he got tied up because he just couldn't handle the Devils' resurgence coming up at the moment. So, Faris, I know you're a bit hati sakit, tak boleh take it, tak boleh tahan. I get it. It's okay, bang. It's okay. Watch this space. We are coming back. We are rising up. So, I'm going to introduce my co-hosts together. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome, Mark Osagai.
Good evening, United fans.
Woo! Woo!
What a win, man.
Mark? What up, Mark? What a time, Mark. 12:30 a.m. kicked off that game. Not even 5 minutes. And we were 2-0 up. Mark, I know you were watching the game from a different atmosphere. All right. Yeah. I don't want to tell the people out there what atmosphere it was, but what was your emotions, bro, when you were watching this game?
Wow, I was so relieved, man, that instead of conceding at the second to third minute, we scored 2 goals in 3 minutes. What a freaking difference that was, man, for wow, you know, the feeling that we stopped seeing us conceding. So relieved, man.
Oh my God, I know, right? It's like the greatest moment ever had in 2020. It has to happen in December, and it has to happen against Leeds. I mean, it is what it is, guys. It just had to happen against Leeds. So, Mark, I mean, the guests, the people, the audience out there, right? They just don't want to watch you and me speaking. I think they're sick and tired of hearing me speak. They're sick and tired of hearing you speak. So, we want to get the fans, we want to get the guests in. They have a lot to talk about for this game. But Mark, before we even do that, Mark, what should the audience do watching us, Mark?
Guys, come on, like, share, and subscribe to Napshot Studio, where we bring you the transfer news. Even for today, the United show, man. And we have our Liverpool show. But first, today, all about United. We talk about our team. All right? Let's go, Joe.
United, like what Mark says. Let's go, Joe. Let's go and get it. We are going to get our guests in. Mark, are we ready, boy?
Let's go, man. Let's
get it, guys. Welcome on board, Nick. Welcome on board, Sharif.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Mark.
Hi, guys.
For the invite. Thanks for the invite.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
We are looking too good with Nick with the human race, Sharif rocking in their home kick, me and Mark in their home, and myself with away kick. Guys, I think anyone out there, you guys got to take a picture of us, send it to all socials, make it go viral. I don't think so. We have seen in any platform this happening, especially in an all show. Usually it'll be all red, or possibly one or two will just come out with a different jersey, but this is absolutely blind blowing. So guys, thank you so much for coming. We are going to get into what happened yesterday. All right. I was telling Mark yesterday. He was telling me. I was telling Mark, they waited 16 years just to get hammered. And you know what? Mark came back to tell me. Mark, you want to tell them what you said?
Yeah, I forgot, man.
Joe. You are shit. Lindelof scored. Simple as that. That's what he told me. You are shit. You're a shit team if Lindelof can score against you. That's how bad Mark was criticizing Leeds. It was extraordinary. Mark, tell me, Mark, what were you feeling during the game, Mark? Tell the whole world, how were you doing that?
In when? Which minute, man?
In which minute? Okay, let's start off with the first minute itself. When it kicked off. Okay, let's not go to the game. Before the game. Alright? Maybe I want to start off with Nick though. Let's start off with Nick. Nick,
Yep.
I want to start off with you, Nick. I don't know, did you watch the live IG? We were actually going at it, looking at the lineup and all this, and we had a huge argument and disagreement to why the lineup was like that. Did you feel, looking at the lineup, did you feel that maybe something is not right? We would have lost this. It's not going good.
Okay. I was actually quite disappointed that Shaw was ahead of Teles. I didn't feel he deserved to be back so soon. I mean, I think Teles did a good job when he started last few games. And obviously James was a surprise inclusion. But I got why he wanted James, because I thought Leeds was playing a very open game, and James had the pace to beat the defense. But obviously I was not very confident when I saw the lineup, because Shaw was there, Marshall was there, and obviously he played McTominay and Fred at the same time, which I thought was a little bit defensive. We should have got. I was hoping that he could start maybe Van der Beek or maybe Pogba in the game as well, with maybe just Fred or McTominay. So I was a little bit worried when I saw the lineup. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Mark, you want to ask Sharif? Sharif,
Yep.
go. Sharif. What were you feeling? What were you feeling when you saw the lineup? A double pivot, like what Mark always used to say. Why are we playing a double pivot in games like that when we can go at it? So what were you feeling with the lineup?
The only thing that surprised me, there's no Pogba in the list. You see, where the rest, where I see, to my own opinion, I'm okay with the lineup. But of course, like Marshall and Pogba, if let's say there's a Pogba, sometimes they are not really consistent in the game, especially Marshall. You see, yesterday he can score 2 goals, but he missed it. Yeah, you see, which I really not in favor with them. But the rest is okay with me. But I prefer an experienced player like Mata. Mata should in the first 11 to have an experienced player. That is my opinion.
Fair enough. I just think that not being clinical up front is actually being a real issue for us lately. But then again, we scored 6 goals, correct, Mark?
Yeah, man.
It could have been easily 14 goals. Easily.
Yep.
You have taken all of it.
Easily.
It could have been really terrible for Leeds. But then again, it's United, guys. I think we just happened to just score 6 goals, and we said, okay, tell you what, let's just miss all the other charters and then give the fans a run for the money, a run for their lives, a run for the whole emotional ride. So, Nick, I just want to ask you, Nick, when the game kicked off, we knew that you were telling us actually on before we go on air that you were not watching the game for the first 3 minutes because you had to do something. You want to tell the world what were you doing?
I was in the toilet actually. I obviously didn't start the game. Didn't expect the goals to come in so soon. So I wanted to went for a toilet break before the whole thing actually kicked off. Then when the moment I came down from my room, I saw it was 2-0 up. I got a shock. And when I was in the toilet, I actually heard my dad shouting. So I thought there was a goal, but I didn't expect it to be 2 when I came down. Yeah.
So you're expecting it to be a draw game, is it? It's a 1-1 goal.
No, I thought maybe it's 1-0 because so that there was noise. So I thought maybe someone scored. So I thought maybe Man U had scored because my dad was shouting. So my dad is a Man U fan as well. So, but when I came down, I was shocked that it was already 2-0 up. Yeah. What surprised me most is the 2 goals scored by McTominay. That was a bigger shock.
I think everybody's surprise was McTominay scoring. Yes, Mark, I think you were also surprised and stunned that McTominay scored.
Dude, I expected Van der Beek to start. I didn't expect McTominay to start this game. I thought he would start in the Everton game where in the previous game, he did with Fred in the double pivot in the away game where he won 3-1 against Everton. But in this game, he started with Fred and McTominay and the gamble paid off. So, man, we have to praise Ole for that.
Yeah.
We want to praise Ole. We will come to Ole shortly, but I just want to know still the game. Sorry, when the game get on with it, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, and then the unexpected always happens. The expected always happens, so I should say that.
All right.
We what's new? We always concede. So when we consider that goal, Shari, 4-1, do you think, okay, this is going to be the game where Leeds play Liverpool? Probably they might come back 4-all. You never know. Did you ever felt when 4-1 go in, okay, we got to really, really start to work hard right now?
All right. First of all, when I saw it as an early goal, it's when remind me when we are in the Alex Ferguson era. You see, that's where Alex Ferguson era, how they played, how they scored the goal and the late winning. So for yesterday game, when I see, I'm quite happy to see that, to see how they perform. But of course, when Leeds attack, which is I feel a bit disappointed in defender side, which we are weak in the defenders. So I pray hard, hopefully Leeds will not concede more goals or even it's a draw game. You see, if let's say if Leeds draw game, it's really a disappointed for us lah to see this. But for yesterday, I'm quite happy with their performance. But of course, after the second half, the way they play, there's a slightly how to say the possession of United is not really like a first half possession because Leeds are really pressuring United. You see.
All right, interesting. But yeah, what you say is during at the moment, Ferguson days, that was the time
Yes,
where
correct.
we steamroll all teams.
Alright,
just, but it was inclusive of other clubs, which I don't want to name, or else we will be the most popular figure trying to banter other clubs. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. So we are going to get on and with it to the gameplay of what Ole actually started. All right, he started with double pivot, and we decided to go on with it. Game on. We were going on to try to nick in something, but out of nowhere, we started to play quite well. I think this is by far the best start United have ever did in 3 years, Nick. I think you were saying this is by far the best ever this season. Did you ever thought that United might come out like this?
Obviously, when we lost to Arsenal 1-0, no. That was on the first day when we lost to Crystal Palace, I still felt we had a chance. I thought it was just maybe an opening day issue. Then we scraped a win against Brighton. Then we start losing then we start having problems in our away games. Then when we lost to Arsenal 1-0, wow, to me that was, oh my god, this season is getting back to worse. So that was really, really concerned. But obviously at that point of time, I think, to be honest, I think Ole had a lucky break. I think Solskjaer had a lucky break when he was lucky in the first 3 Champions League game that he won all 3 Champions League game. Yeah, the first 2 Champions League games. So he got 6 points from the PSG and the Leipzig game. So I think that helped to preserve his job a little bit. If he had flopped in the Champions League at that point of time as well, I think there's a chance that he could have been sacked. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I really think so. But obviously, he probably has a luck in some ways. Every time when things go against him, something happens. So hopefully that luck will bring us further than the previous last few seasons. Yeah. Last year we got to 3 semi-finals. We lost 3 semi-finals.
Yep.
I actually thought last year we could have a trophy. I was telling one of my Man U friend that maybe this year we could go back with a triple, a Europa, a Carabao Cup and the FA Cup last season. So but in the end we lost in 3 semi-finals. But we got into the 4th place. So that it seems that he always have this luck that something always happen for him when the going gets tough. Yeah. So hopefully this season we can take that next step and really challenge for the title. You know,
Yep.
but still, we I think we are now just 2 points behind if we win our game in hand.
Yeah,
Yes.
correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm.
The thing is, very well said, Nick. You said that Ole might be sacked if things are not going well, and
Yeah.
Ole will be sacked at the point of time during the Champions League. But then, Sharif, it comes to my point whereby that it boils down to inconsistency. If you know what I mean by that, week in, week out, we would love to our players to be performing, getting the tactics right. But sometimes, it's just not working out well. So do you think moving forward, despite we won Sheffield, we won huge against Leeds, do you think Ole is the guy to bring us forward, pushing it now?
All right. To me, okay, I back to history when Alex Ferguson, who first time who took over United, it took about 2 to 3 seasons to build the United. Am I right to say that? Or same goes to Ole. Sometimes we need to give them times to build a team and correct players into the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, it's not fair whenever we lose with some rivalry team or whatever team, or we out from Champions League, the coach have to be set. It's not fair for the coach, you see, because they need to have a time to build a team, a proper team, a good one, to understand the players, how they play, just the technique, everything, the strategy. So it's not fair, you see.
Yeah, but I get it, Sharif. But the thing is, are we giving Ole too much of a space, too much of a time, whereby we always go back to whereby we say, okay, Ferguson did not win this for the first 5 seasons. Ferguson did not this, Ferguson that, Ferguson this. But we are always harping on the past, whereby we always want to look into the future, to the present. Shouldn't we be actually thinking whereby, okay, Ole, the first season was your honeymoon. In what troops will always say, look, your honeymoon is finished. All right, you need to get down to work right now. So there's no more honeymoon. All right, so we don't want to talk back about Ferguson days whereby we did this, we did that. Yeah, you, me, Nick, Mark, we had our fair share of enjoyment, fair share of celebration, fair share of happiness. All right, when Ferguson was there. But right now, don't you think that Ole is not consistent enough? Yeah, back then Ferguson was doing much, but now, do you think that he's not doing well in terms of tactical wise? He's like always. Mark loves to say this. He always gets his tactics wrong. I think I want to ask.
Partly, I agree. I agree with Mark. I agree with Mark also. Yeah, what he says is correct. Sometimes Ole technique and strategy is not really good. So, like I said earlier, sometimes you have to be fair. Give him sometimes to build a team and a good player. Sometimes player also, to me, I believe player also play a part. If player don't like the coach, he can just anyhow play just to bring the coach down. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what I mean. I think, which is really nice. I think you made a fair point. We're just going to look at one comment that really, really caught my eye, though, by Ridwan Anthony Marshall. Bro, thank you so much for chiming in with the comments. Ole is trying to do what Sir Alex has done, build a new, young, attacking team. Nick, yes, I know building a team, all right, is not easy. We got to go from scratch. We got to go up and running, like what Klopp actually did for Liverpool. But there were consistency throughout the 5 years leading up to the year that they won the Premier League. There were consistency. They were actually be improving. But right now, for us, it's like a graph. We go up this week, and the next time, probably Leicester will just like boom. We're going down and hard again. So it's like an up and down scale always. Do you find it frustrating being a United fan, seeing these kind of performances, seeing this kind of consistency throughout? And tactically, Ole is always getting it right, sometimes getting it wrong. You mentioned whenever his job is on the line, boom, that's where everything made of roses. But when the going gets tough, it really gets tough for him. What's your views on this, bro?
Okay, I feel that I'm not sure if it's a tactical issue or maybe a stubbornness in him. Obviously, I think he's not. I mean, a lot of people are saying that Ole is a school teacher. He has no technical knowledge. I don't really believe so, because if he has no technical knowledge, if he has no tactical knowledge, we wouldn't be able to beat PSG. we wouldn't be able to beat Leipzig. We wouldn't be able to beat, we wouldn't always be able to beat Man City. Last season, we did the double over them. But I think for me, there's a stubbornness in him in certain ways in using certain players when they don't seem to work out. Like, I believe that we have been watching football for many, many years, and we know that players will have their form. There will be loss of form. There will be loss of there will be drop in forms and things like that. But he refused to believe in that. When the player is not doing well, he insists on playing that particular player, even though he might be having a barren spell or whatever. I mean, for example, I will use Marshall as an example. I don't think Marshall is a centre forward, in my opinion. You just look at the game yesterday. He missed a couple of one-on-one chances, which I believe if those chances Rashford had those chances, or Cavani had those chances, or maybe even Fernandes had those chances, I think they would have finished the at least score one out of the three. But obviously he didn't. So, but Ole persists to play him as a centre forward. Something that I don't really understand. Yeah. And it's the same with like Pogba, when there are certain times where even some of the players like maybe Luke Shaw, which I mentioned earlier, that I was quite surprised to see him in the starting lineup for the last couple of games after coming back from injury when Telles was doing well. So I think there's a certain stubbornness in Ole that caused this inconsistency. I personally don't think it's because of his tactical knowledge. I think he has tactical knowledge, but his stubbornness and fierce loyalty to certain player cost us the game sometimes. Yeah.
Interestingly, fair point, Mark. I think you want to sum up to what we have been discussed about Ole, though. I mean, I think you're the best person to actually sum up this whole thing. Go for it, Mark.
I mean, guys, looking at the game, Ole gamble paid off. I mean, usually he tinkers a lot, and sometimes it fails, sometimes it rewards. I mean, but do you think it's a good way going forward that he rotates the squad and tinkers like this when it comes to the big games? Because you've seen the outcome when we play big games where either we lose or we draw. So I'll let Sharif take this.
He's thinking, Mark. He's thinking. You throw it. You throw a very, very double pivot question.
Sorry. I need one more. Okay, so we summarize that. Okay, when it comes to big games, right, do you think Ole should stick to his favorite 11, or should he just tinker and look at the schedule and see that what's the best way forward?
Maybe if to stick to a favorite 11 might be a danger point also, because other coach will study the favorite 11, how they play, how the tactic is, you see, for the favorite 11. So I think Ole have a strategy which think that he need to keep changing so that other team will not read his strategy, how he put in the team, you see. That's why sometimes can see that Marshall play in the different role. I mean, like for Fernandes, I can see like Fernandes also like running around the field, not in their permanent position, you see. This is what I see. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But Nick, you look at Sharif's point where he said that our players play different position, right? So I throw the question to you on Marcel, where you discussed about him earlier. Okay, let's say how would you rate his performance out of 10 last night? I mean, he didn't score, yes, he wasted chances, but he came up with 2 assists. So how would you rate it out of 10?
Okay, I think he did well yesterday. He held the ball out, I think, pretty decently. But as for the 2 assists, I'm not sure if those are genuine assists. I have my doubt on the assists. But I still view, okay, maybe what I feel is that a lot of people are thinking that Marshall could be like Hondry, you know. Hondry started off in the left wing, then transit on to becoming a forward, and obviously we know what happened with Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
But I don't seem to see that in Marshall at this point of time. I mean, he got quite a bit of goals last season.
Yes.
But if you realize that he got the goals also during a burst of a period, which is after the COVID came back. Yes. So he's not a consistent goal scorer. And if he's playing for Aston Villa, he's playing for West Brom, he's playing for West Ham, I think that's fine. You probably can live with that. But he's playing for us. He's playing for Manchester United, you know. Manchester United always have a prolific goal scorer, whether it's Van Nistelrooy, Rooney,
Eric
even
Cantona.
Cantona, even Berbatov, you know, they always deliver. They always deliver, whether is it a big team or the small team, they will get you goals. And Martial is not in that mode. So,
Agree.
and personally, I felt that, I'm not sure if you all agree with me, but I actually felt I was very happy when they signed Cavani this season. Because I really felt that, we finally have someone that, that can put the ball into the net anywhere, which we saw in the game against Southampton. He came in, he really made an impact. So I was really happy when they signed Cavani, but he always again not using him as much as I hope. Yeah, obviously he had an injury after the game as well.
Yes.
But I thought yesterday he probably should have started as well. Yeah.
Fair. So Joe, shall we, instead of talking about Martial, we move on to another player? Maybe not the main man last night, but about James. Shall we, guys, discuss James? Okay, so
All right. For the James, I like him. He's a young player, and of course, he's fast. Which United really need a fast player. That's my opinion. I like him, and yesterday the way he played, he is good. To my opinion, he's very good and fast. Yeah. Which United should have that. Yeah.
But Sharif, with David James, right? Okay, let's say we play against teams that don't play like Leeds, but in a low block. Will you even start James in a team against a team where they sit back? Because James, he has no technical ability to break defenses.
But it's okay. Why not? I mean, it's good to expose him. You see,
okay.
The more you expose him, the more experience he get, and the more mature he will be playing. You see.
That's fair.
That's my point. Yeah.
I think people forget that he's still a very young player.
All right.
He's still relatively young. He was playing was it League One football?
Swansea
Championship.
Swansea.
Yeah. So he was playing with Swansea in the Championship just 2 seasons back. So to suddenly ask him to deliver week in, week out, I think that's unfair. So and I also like him as a player. I think he's fast, which is something that I think in Man U we have always liked fast player. And yesterday I thought he played well yesterday.
Yes.
But I have this feeling that not just us, but I think the whole Manchester United team, the teammates as well, are not 100% confident in him. Because if you guys realize in the game yesterday, there were a lot of time where he was actually free on the right wing. But the pass was not played to him. Instead, they played backwards, or they played to the side, or maybe and played to Rashford on the left instead. There were a couple of times he was open on the right side, but they failed to find the pass. I'm not sure what's that reason. Is it because of lack of confidence in his, or because the fact is, James, when he plays his style, there is a tendency that he will lose the ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if that creates some anxiety among the rest of the team in not playing the ball to him when he's in a very good open position. Yeah. But nevertheless, I thought he played well. He played exactly to the game that I think Ole wanted him to. Yeah. Yep. Which why his speed threatened the team and threatened the defense of Leeds, and also he got that goal. I thought that goal that he scored was very, very well taken. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think give him some time. I mean, we had worse wingers before during Fergie time, and yet Fergie gave them lots of time and lots of chance to prove themselves. I mean, you look at people like David Bellion, Bebe, even some of the youngsters like Chadwick, all these. I think Fergie gave them enough time to prove themselves. I'm not sure if he'll work out, but I think he. What I really afraid is, I don't want James to have a burnout like Januzaj. I thought Januzaj was a great player, but I think we burned him out. Yeah, the expectation on him was too big for him to shoulder, and I think destroy to a certain extent destroy his career in Manchester United lah. Yeah.
Definitely.
So hopefully we don't put too much pressure on this on James lah. Yeah.
That's
Fair
the
point.
point.
I think that's a fair point. I'll just end the debate of Martial and Daniel James. I think I have been a heavy criticizer of Martial. All right, but I think last night he played really, really well, extremely well. Regardless of his chances, because Martial is the boy that doesn't run that much. He's been really lazy lately. But boy, oh boy, last night that boy exploded. I think his runs into open spaces actually created a lot of chances for us. If not for him, I think we wouldn't actually have scored a number of goals there, because his runs into spaces, his runs into tactical runs was really, really pinpoint. So I feel that Martial will be coming up. The goals is he just need to warm up a bit, bro. Probably he just need to warm up the engine. With Daniel James, without me saying it, I think Tristan said it. The problem with James is what happens after he receives the ball. He has no end product. He scores last night, straight the keeper. If it's a world-class keeper, definitely would have saved it. But the thing is, like Nair has said, Ole should play more wingers. Games like Fergie errors, we missed the likes of Lee Sharp, Boski, Kanchelskis.
Yes, correct. Gigs.
Right now, no, the formation that we have set up to play doesn't actually allow us to have such wingers of late. All right, no, right now we have like Rashford coming in as a striker, coming in as a left wing. We have even Greenwood coming as a striker and playing as right wing. Martial, the striker, he drifts to the left and all. So the thing is, what Ole wants to do is he doesn't want to hop on the pass, hop on the way how the traditional 4-4-2 is being played. I think what Ole has always said, and I think he has said this in his press, whereby he wants his front three forwards to play in all three positions comfortably. So I think that with that being said, Mark, I think you have said it well, whereby I think Ole is getting his tactics right lately, just lately. But we need to see, guys. We need to see, because this has to be consistent throughout the time. If we do not get the consistency, then the game in January the 17th, I think that is the game where everybody want to watch a mouth-watering test against Liverpool. If we can keep this consistency going, boy, Mark, like what you said, we might be in for something, right, Mark?
Yep,
for sure.
For sure.
To have the consistency, Mark, this comes up to our second agenda. If we need to have this consistency, we need players to be consistent. But this boy, out of nowhere, he just turned up like he was in steroids. Boom. Scott Francis McTominay, also known as McSauce by the fans of United. Take a look at what he did, guys. Look at McTominay right now. I want you guys to actually visualize and go back to the first 3 minutes. Nick, I know you were in toilet, but try to actually how. At one point of time, Mark, remember I even told you, the commentator actually did say that this boy is a mixture of Pogba and him. They might even call him, I think even Bruno Fernandes called him on Instagram is Scotty Ladino. This boy is a lot of praises. Mark, I want to start with you, Mark. You have been a heavy criticizer of Scott. You know, whenever Scott plays, we are losing. Not only you say that, Tristan also said that. I've also been, I've been guilty of that. Whenever Scott plays, we are always lacking that, the creativeness. We are always lacking that creativeness. So, Max Sauce, Mark, start off with that, Mark.
Okay, guys, I've been critical of him because, Tommy is a very sideway and backward passer, lacks creativity, not press resistant. But he proved me wrong after just 1 minute in the game. I mean, if you watch closely the first minute where he went back to Maguire, decided not to pass back. He turned. The first pass he made, the through ball to Luke Shaw, who started the first attack, where we almost scored. I mean, that really changed my opinion of him, where he really looked forward. And you can see he's very driven in this derby. I don't know with words for Sir Alex or whoever, but you can see this McTominay is something we've been waiting to see. Not the one who just plays it safe, plays it sideways, achieves above 90% passing accuracy just for the sake of playing it safe. You know what I mean? So, okay, so I'll throw this question to Sharif, man. Okay, for Scott McTominay. Okay, I'll keep it simple. For Scott McTominay.
Keep it like a people like Mac Juice, Mark. McTominay has Mac juice.
Yeah. Are you confident of McTominay playing alone? Playing in a double pivot beside Pogba without Fred in the next few games?
I think I'm confident in him. Yeah, that's why Ferguson keep him. Ferguson also like him. He's a good player.
He is.
So I think it's no issue. No issue about Anthony. It's okay. He's a good player to me. So, yeah.
Okay, so fair enough. For Nick, right? Let's say, are you confident that he have that defensive awareness which Ole is trying to coach into him to be like the Matic, the DM in the midfield? Do you think he will turn out to be what we want him to be, like Matic, right? In the DM role?
Okay, first of all, I have to admit that at the beginning of the season, I was crying out loud for a DM.
Yes.
I didn't felt that we had a good enough DM in our team. To be fair, Fred proved me wrong. I think Fred has an amazing season so far. I'm a bit half on McTominay because I think he's the kind of player that you really don't see him much in the game. You know, you don't really know what he's actually doing for the team. And that scares you, you see, because you don't exactly know what his real position is. Even yesterday, would you consider him a CDM yesterday? I don't think so. I don't think he was playing a CDM role. He was playing he was more like a box-to-box yesterday. Right. He was more like a box-to-box midfielder yesterday. But yesterday he had an amazing game. I mean, besides that 2 goal, which I didn't saw live, I had to watch the replay. The pass that he gave, the chance that he created for James to score, I thought that was a fantastic piece of play. He actually pulled the ball away. He found space. Then he put that pass through to James for James to slot the goal in. I thought that was a piece of amazing play by him. So if you ask me if he's ready to be a CDM, I don't think so. I don't think he's a CDM for me. He's probably more of a box-to-box personally. If I have to put him very closely to if I have to put it very clearly, I think he's probably a poor man version of a Paul Scholes at this point of time. Yeah.
Poor man version.
Yeah, not Paul Scholes level yet, but I think he can do a job when given the protection, like what you said today when he played with Fred. Fred was doing all the covering, and he was the one that trying to play a game that is further up. He just runs up and down. I think that's fine. But if you were to put the question back to Shari just now, would I put him with Pogba? Definitely not. Definitely not. I don't think they can. I mean, I think Joel probably the last time I was on the show with Joel, I told one of the things that I wanted to do for my wish for Manchester United was I wanted Pogba gone. I still don't rate Pogba at this point of time. I still don't rate him even after the last couple of games. Not because of his skill. I think he's a very big talent, but he's just not suitable for the team. He plays for himself. He don't play for the team. And I personally think that he's probably his agent. I mean, is putting too much things into his mind, and he's not concentrating on the game. So I really want him gone. Honestly speaking, I still want him gone in this January. I hope he goes and we can bring him somebody else. Yeah, I mean, I hope we can bring in another CDM lah, if we can.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe I can touch up about a bit about Pogba. What Nick said is correct. I agree with him. Pogba is more on his selfishness players, because you see wherever there's no Pogba in the first 11, United play are very very well played. You see, with no issue or losing ball. Like Pogba, sometimes he's more on losing ball after he dribble or do some Milo technique or fancy, and he lose the ball.
Just like what Prem Nair have stated, Scott McTominay is a version of Carrick for shooting style, keen, in terms of work rate. Wow. I mean, those are really, really big words. Thank you so much, Prem Nair, for chiming in with the comments. And for all those guys watching, we are back again with the All United show on a Monday night with Nick, Sharif, and Mark Hosage hosting the show with you guys to talk about the Leeds game. And we are right now talking about Scott Francis McTominay. So, Prem, thank you so much for the comments. Really, Michael Carrick and Roy Keane. Wow, just after one game, and Mark, we are rating Scott so much. But what happened to the games whereby my beloved Paul Pogba was actually going at it, and now everybody wants him out? I mean, I actually wanted him out too. But the thing is, the issue with Paul is that boy needs time to adapt. If I were to give you a very, very interesting example, all right, he is actually the football of Dennis Rodman. The thing is, we can't let Pogba do like what Dennis Rodman did in NBA. You know, just asking to jet off to Las Vegas, have a few drinks, smoke a few cigars, party, and then come back, and then do on a whole crisis, play on a whole game. But we can't ask him to do that. The thing is, I know Nick hates Pogba to bits. Definitely, I've him, but no, he's still in there. We just need to give time for these French players. I mean, it is what it is, whereby these guys just perform week in, week out. And it's also the COVID period, pandemic, fatigue level, tiredness. And we are playing games like 2 to 3 days in between. Liverpool, in the other hand, they played on Saturday. They have 8 days for the next game. And our game is in the next 4 days. And the next 2 days is Leicester. And after Leicester is another game coming up. So we are all back-to-back games until we play Aston Villa. Then we have a solid 7 days rest. Then we have a game against Liverpool. So the thing is, fatigue can be there. Yes, they are professional players, but they are humans as well, fellas. So they still tend to get tired. But Nick, I assure you, Paul definitely will not be sold in January. It's too much to be sold in January. In the summer, we never know. All right, we never know in the summer. But we might just see the best of Pogba this season. We might. He's getting there. The connections are there. He's getting there. The thing is, usually, whenever the agent comes up, Mark, when the agent says something, he says something. But this time, Paul is actually keeping quiet. He's going into his barber shop and then training, home, barber, training. That's it. That boy is doing his own. So just give him some leeway. That fella will be able to do it. Mark, the thing is, are we really, really going to be saying Scott McTominay is Michael Carrick, Keane, and I don't know. The thing is, that boy has potential.
Yes.
Yep.
Very, very trick question. All right. The games leading up to Leeds, Scott's performance wasn't like this at all. He always sits back or go to the sides. In Mark's word, Scott, all he knows is side, back. That's it. That's all Scott knows. What we saw in Leeds was not Scott. So leading up to the games against Leeds, did you actually felt that, okay, maybe Scott might be a little bit different in this game, or you felt, okay, looking at the lineup, is Scott and Fred, they're just going to sit back and relax. It's going to be another boring game. Scott is not going to do anything. This game is going to be nothing about Scott. Did you ever felt that? I think, Sharif, you're having some connecting issues, bro.
Yeah.
No worries.
It's
okay, we'll fix the connection. Nick, I'll throw the question to you, Nick. No issues. Leading up to the game against Leeds, did you ever think that Scott McTominay will be the guy to make the impact in that game?
No, obviously not. I didn't even expect him to be in the game. To be honest, I thought they were going to start Fred, Pogba, and Fernandes because of the recent good form of Pogba. I thought they would start Pogba, but turned out he start Fred and McTominay. Obviously, I didn't expect him to make such a big impact. But I do rate McTominay as a player, just not as a CDM. Yeah, I don't think he should be a CDM. Yeah, in my opinion. Yeah.
Interesting. I think Mark, your brother have said it very well. Let's not hop on the hype train. He has played well before under Jose, dipped to the floor throughout the match of the last season. Let's wait and see what Scott has in terms of the offer. Definitely, I think Tristan, I'm chiming with you. I agree with you in that. I think all of us will agree. The thing is, we need consistency. But January transfers are coming, and we are seeing something. Tier 1 from Mark. Mark always comes out with lots of interesting news. Mark, I'm going to throw this question to you. Guys, I always felt Frenchman Rabiot should play for United. What do you guys think? If I'm not wrong, he's saying Rabiot is the PSG centre mid, right?
Juve.
Now, Juventus.
Okay, sorry, Juve. Mark, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I don't like to sign players from Syria when they transition over to Premier League, right? The pace is different, and you see every player we sign from the Syria, it turns out to be a flop. You look at Damian. Damian was so good for Torino. Then he came over. What is he? Nothing. And Rabiot was from PSG. He created a lot of problems in the dressing room over there to force a move to Juve with very high wages. I mean, we cleared our wage system, so no way we go get Rabiot back. No way I'm going to change the chemistry in the dressing room right now, just for Rabiot.
Right.
Yeah,
Prem, that answers. I think that answers your query. But for Sharif and Nick, I'm gonna ask you guys this. Adama Traore. I mean, this guy has been a household name throughout the entire summer. All right, like before even the season ended, his name was like, okay, Adama this, Adama that. But when the summer transfer started, nothing. That boy just went missing. He went for holiday. Nobody tried to sign him. So, Nick, I'm going to throw this question to you, Nick. Like just like how Tier 1 Mark Hosege always says, do you think Adama Traore has the quality to feature in our United 11?
Nope. I never rate him.
Wow,
I never rate him.
Mark, you want to say something?
Okay.
No,
I think the reason is because I felt that his play is very one-dimensional. I mean, he's a winger. I mean, he plays a very one-dimensional game. He reminds me a little bit of how do I put it?
Valencia?
No, not Valencia. He reminds me a little bit of, when we signed Lukaku, we know what. No, Lukaku is a very strong player. He can score goals, but that's it. He's one-dimensional. He can only bully his way in, and that's it. And Adama Traore gave me that same kind of impression. He's a one-trick pony. That's what I feel. Yeah, I don't. I mean, he played a few good games with Wolves, but there are also times that he's completely not in the game one. So I personally don't like players like that. I felt that players like that is frustrating to watch. Yeah, and I think we have enough frustrating player in our squad at this point of time. So I don't think we should add another one more to the team lah. Yeah, that's my view lah. Yeah.
Sharif, we are done with Traore. I'm going to go to Ozan Muhammad Kabak, the Schalke 04 centre back. That fella has been really performing consistently. I think that boy is really good. I think Mark, do you rate it? Do you rate Ozan?
We know where German players go, right, when they reach their club. Way to say, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you,
Honestly speaking, this Ozan Kabak, I didn't see him play at all. I never see him how he played. So I have no comment about I cannot comment about his performance because I did not know him. Yeah. But my opinion is that United need a center defender to partner up with Maguire.
All right.
Because Maguire sometimes he's also not consistent and also a clumsy thing he do. A lot of clumsy thing he done at United defense.
Interestingly, Nick, guess what? Guess who actually popped into the show? It's Alexander Lee, the man himself. Alex, I really hope you're doing well, my brother. I mean, if there's any point of time you're having mental issues or you're feeling stressed, please call me. My number is always open. I'll always go lunch with you. Please, you haven't asked me out yet. But really, really, bro, please, if you need, come on, man, call me. I'll talk to you. All right, Alex have said it. The modern football fan, me included, known to be a overly reactionary. Yep, McTom had a superb game yesterday and was praised to the skies. But remember the McTominay against Arsenal? All the fans want him gone. Yep, he was spot on for this. I feel that, we shouldn't be actually hopping on the hype train like what Tristan has said earlier. We should give him time. I think the next time where Scott McTominay plays, I don't expect Scott to actually perform what he performed today, but at least 50 to 60% of what he did today should be featuring. I mean, it's a bit impossible for us to actually see players perform week in, week out, 100% giving it out. But we don't have 11 Cristiano Ronaldos, and sometimes Cristiano Ronaldo too have an off day in some games. All right, so we just got to see. We just got to wait and see. Mark, this player, Mark, what about this boy?
Oh, Blatter Chile. Yeah, I remember that time in the transfer where he was 40 million for a 19-year-old who never got yellow carded in the French league. But I mean, Blatter Chile, I think the ship has sailed for him. Where the Monaco overpriced him out of the move, and I don't think we're looking back.
Tier 1 have stated. But guys, as we are in touch with the January transfers, all right, there was a news that came in sizzling hot. All right, and I hope, Mark, you ready for that, Mark? Hit it away, Mark. Share the news to all the United fans.
All right, guys, Nick and Sharif, have you heard of Moses Salcedo?
Is it he's from Chelsea before?
No. We are going to buy him.
Oh no.
Not Felipe Salcedo, not the Wigan and Lazio.
Okay.
Uh,
I see.
Have you heard of him?
No.
Okay, so you hear right now, January he'll be our first signing, and he plays for Ecuador. Okay, so fact, right? He plays for Ecuador national team at 19 years old, first team, plays 6, 8, 10. Plays like Pogba and Kante, to be fair, and I mean he's one of the jewel of South America right now, and we are going to sign him over Leipzig and Man City. This guy is going to come here to challenge for a starting role, not to the academy, man. You don't buy a national player first team just to put him in the academy. See, he's in a totally different league from Galaxy. So you guys have to watch out for him, man. Moses Salcedo, the name.
Moses Salcedo. Oh, the name himself feels so strongly in character. I think this boy may or may not do wonders for us. Nick is looking like, okay, what the hell is he going to do? He looks like a young boy. Right now, I want a player who can make a difference. But the thing is, Nick, you never know. We never know, right?
Yeah.
But there's a player who's confirmed coming in. Mark, you want to tell them who is confirmed coming in? He got his passport ready.
Yeah, man. I mean, the work permit is easy, right? Because he started for the national team. So you just look in January. We are not signing anyone. We're going to just sign him for 6 million, and we go sell all the dead wood, and we will save up for the summer for our centre back. Maybe centre back or right wing. You never know. Yeah.
Mark, you want to tell them who's coming in January? Where else? The striker, the young boy, the wonder kid is coming in, not to be in the academy, but to fight a place in the starting lineup. Give him the name, Mark.
Moses Salcedo, who's again?
Ahmad Diallo Traore, boy.
Oh.
Ahmad Diallo. Okay. I mean, give it 10 more days, man. He'll be flying over from Atalanta. This boy, 30 million. I mean, we are definitely not buying him to put in the academy as well. Such a talent from Atalanta.
Oh.
Definitely to start, man. Definitely to start, for sure.
Definitely. Guys, we have a question from Kelvinder saying, Kel, thank you so much for chiming in, Kel. And I'm going to give this question to both Sharif and Nick to answer. All right, we'll start off with Sharif first, and then Nick, you run it up, and Mark, you will sum up this question. Given United's issues with South American talent from the past, is it worth a buy? Sharif, take this on.
For South American issue, I think if I can recall, there was Tavares from South America. Tavares also is from South American, am I right? Yeah. Yeah. For Tavares, I don't think so. I mean, for South American player to join in United, the way we signed Veron. You see, Veron also from South American. Yeah. Most of them are not performing in United, you see. They are not suitable in, I think, my opinion, maybe they are not suitable in English football.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's why I think it's better not to buy any player from South America.
Okay, let me ask you, Sharif. But don't you think Tevez is such a good signing for us? I mean, he helped us to the Champions League, and you saw how he linked up with Ronaldo and Rooney in the past.
Yeah, I can say he's a good player, but he's really like how to say it's not really like okay like after I mean he's not put his heart in United. That's why he
Okay.
go to City. Why he had to go to City? That's the thing. See, is it because Alex Ferguson want him? Might be that's might be an issue we do not know in the back door.
Fair enough, Sharif. Okay, that's why. Okay, we see for Nick, right? Let's say for yourself, would you like take a gamble now in South American talent? I mean, the moment we bought Cavani and Pellistri, you know there's going to be an influx of South American players that's coming in right now from our scouting system.
I think we always have South American player. I mean, Veron was probably the first big one that came from Argentina. Then obviously we had people like Forlan, which I thought was a missed gem. We should have let him go so early. I even until today I like Forlan a lot. I mean he scored a couple of very important goals for us during his time here. Then we have Gabriel Hengze, who was also who was performing well just before the injury. And you were talking about Ecuador, the Ecuador, the last one we had was Antonio Valencia.
Yes.
Valencia was from Ecuador. So Valencia I thought was a solid buy, not spectacular, but did the job when necessary, when needed. So obviously there were a few, there were miss and hits. Obviously the miss were like people like Kiberson, which after a World Cup we thought he came in, Kiberson, and we had a few youngsters like
Anderson was okay.
Anderson was, I think Anderson was good beginning. Then after that, he got fatter and fatter. Then, so I think it's hit and miss. I wouldn't say that if you were telling me that it's only £6 million, like what you mentioned, then I think it's worth taking a gamble, lah. I mean, £6 million now you can't even buy Ronaldo toenail. So I think the 6 million is probably worth a gamble. So I think it's probably a good. I haven't seen him play. I don't know who he is. But at 6 million is probably worth a shot. Even if he doesn't work out as well as we hope for, we probably could get a tidy profit out of him.
Yes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, and that has been what the Portuguese club has been doing for the last couple of decades.
Yes, Portuguese.
FC Porto, Benfica, Sporting Lisbon. So I think a 6 million punt is a decent bet, lah. Yeah. But again, I think one of the biggest problem with us United fan is every time we sign someone new, we expect them to become superstar immediately. Yeah. That is a problem with us. Yeah. So
I think we're slowly changing in terms of that, Nick. We are slowly changing in terms of that by saying that, okay, look, our signings are going to be young. We are going to be going for young attacking talents or young defending talents. We're going to be patient because we are building a team for the future. Or it's always for the future. So quick fire resolution to be fixed. I don't think so, not. But we just got to wait. We never know. These young boys these days are actually good. But they're just that, they're too intrigued by TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook and whatnot. Oh my God, we just sound like boomers, guys.
Joe.
I think Joel, it's interesting you said that because I think the players are getting younger and younger now. The good players. I mean, recently we just had I can't remember his name. The Dortmund young boy. He scored at 16. That was
Gio Reyna.
No. The recently I think
Mukoko. Yeah.
Mukoko. So I mean, I think I'm slightly old. I think I'm older than most of you here. So when I was a kid, a young boy, a young talent is when he's about 22, 23, he's still considered a young talent, up and rising talent. But now a 22, 23 boy is probably, a seasoned pro in the Premier League already.
Rashford,
so I remember I mean, if you look at our own team menu during the Fergie fledgling time, Beckham, all this, I think they were in the team like they were when they were 22, 23, and they
Yep.
were up and
Yeah,
coming
they are
young
youngsters,
upstart.
Yep.
Yeah, but now at 22, 23, they are considered old already. They are considered seasoned professional. So I think the game has come to a point where better and better younger players are making their debut and playing much earlier than my time. So this way of signing talent, the recruitment process of Manchester United now could be the right direction, because the players are getting younger and younger. The good players are getting younger and younger. You matured a lot faster. So picking them up at this kind of prices compared to splashing 100 over millions on an established professional make a lot of sense. Yeah.
Sure,
Okay.
because Nick talked about Portuguese league, right? That's why I want to tell Sharif, don't you forget we have Teles and Fred who are South Americans.
Yeah.
Only for us
I
right
just
now.
got that, yeah. Correct. Even the file.
Yeah, we have to gamble. I
Yeah.
think
Correct,
Mark,
yeah.
I think both Sharon and Nick actually came out with fair points. My
Yeah.
favorite South American, I think I'll go with actually Eric Demba. I think that boy is still, African player, but I think that boy is still one. Maybe not, but yeah. But Mark, I want you to actually nail this. I want you to sum up this question. So go for it, Mark.
For this one, is it? The South American?
Yep.
Looking at our scouting system right now, how we purchase players, right? Yes, it's worth a buy. I mean, 6 million, what could happen? Low risk, high reward, I feel, for Moses Salcedo. I mean, I have a friend in Brazil who watches Copa Libertadores every time, and Copa Libertadores is the Champions League of South America. And Salcedo is a standout. I mean, you see Salcedo for Ecuador, I just give you the stats. 4 games for Ecuador, okay? 1 goal. 1 goal against Uruguay. He marked James Rodriguez and Cavani out of the game. I mean, other than Cavani goal, but I mean, in the midfield, you can see the way he marked top players and top teams like in Brazil, Argentina, and dominate the midfield. These boys want to watch. So you guys must wait for him, man. Really.
Guys, in that shot, we have someone that says tier 1, all right, in terms of transfers. My boy, Mark Hosagai is the guy. If he said something is happening, something will happen. Sometimes here and there, things might not go on as what he says.
Just
I think it's not that, but it's okay. He made me not sleep for 1 month, guys. 30 days. Sancho is coming, but it's okay. That's a topic for another day, fellas. We are going to wrap up this show shortly, all right. But we are going to touch on the last agenda, which is a crucial game in United season. Why I say it's a crucial game? Because this could be the only trophy we could win, to be honest. Like, technically, looking at our squad, looking at the consistency level, looking at how we actually turn up on games. I mean, we were in the semi-finals last season. Maybe we can actually go one step further, all right, and then take a trip down to Wembley. Sharif, I'm going to start off with you, my brother. Do you think we have a chance against Everton this game? Do you think we might?
Can you please repeat your question again?
Do you think we might have a chance against Everton?
Oh, definitely. If they keep same strategy like what they did on the leagues, definitely we can win with Everton. Provided there's no injuries. I worry about injuries only. That's all. Wherever there's a player injured in United, the game plan totally different.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's always the injuries that actually cause us this these problems. It always happens, right?
Yeah. I tried to recall that's the one season. I think last season after the international break, there's a few players who is injured in international break. So that's where United flopped. If I'm not wrong, I recall that. Yeah.
All right, we won't be getting any international games here until probably mid-March. Nick, I'm going to throw the question to you. It's really important for us, I think, in terms of winning a silverware. I know winning a Carabao Cup may not be exciting as much as before for all of us fans, but we have to take what we can right now. Beggars can't be choosers. All right, I know I'm using big words right now, but yes, if we can actually try something to win the silverware, I think it is the Carabao Cup. Do you think we can go at it at Everton in Goodison Park?
Okay, first of all, I'm an old school guy. I actually like winning trophy more than a fourth place. I rather have a Carabao Cup. I rather have an FA Cup than a fourth place. I mean, at the end of the day, football is about winning. It's not about finishing fourth. So I want any silverware that I can get my hands on, because I played football before when when my secondary school days. Nothing beat having a silverware. It doesn't matter if it's an interclass game, interclass cup. It doesn't matter if it's or whatever. You know, winning a trophy is always good. It always feels very, very good. So yes, I think it's very, very important if we can win this quarterfinal. Because I won the Carabao Cup. I know a lot of people will be telling you it's a Mickey Mouse Cup. It's not worth. It's not exciting. It's not worth anything. But at the end of the day, you know, winning breeds a mentality. A mentality is bred by winning. A winning mentality is bred. So if you keep winning a cup and then you keep winning and winning, you will start. The momentum will come, and eventually you will get the big one. I mean, you just have to look at last time when Ferguson days, before we actually won our first Premier League title, the last couple of seasons they won the FA Cup, then they won the Cup Winners' Cup during the Fergie day. That was when, you know, you start to see the era where they start, you know, building a team that's strong enough to win titles, and then they gone on to win the Premier League, and then as we all know what happened after that. Yeah, so I think it is important that we win the Carabao Cup. Like I said last year, I was hoping that we could win the triple: Carabao, FA Cup, and the Europa Cup. I mean, we have a chance to do it again this year. We're out of the Champions League and back in the Europa. So, you know, if you tell me today at the end of the season we'll win the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and the Europa Cup, but finish fifth, I'll be happy to do that.
All right, I think that's fair. Mark, do you think so, Mark? What do you think
about the EFL Cup?
Yep.
I mean, this is one of the trophies that Ole should have a look at. But importantly, Europa and the league is always the priority, because they are the ones that bring you the Champions League. The EFL is a bonus. I can't it's a bonus, but I mean, we are so close to it. Why not go for it, right, guys?
Correct. Agree with you.
Yeah. Hey, Joe.
Nick, there is a question for you. Nick, there is a question for you. All right, by Alexander, the man himself. All right, Nick. So, will you say that Arsenal have a better season than Manchester United last season?
In terms of trophy, yes, because they won something.
Yep.
But as we can tell, as I have told Alex before, Arteta is a wrong choice.
Ooh.
Arteta is a wrong choice. They should have went with Arteta. I think it's a wrong choice. So they did have a better season in terms of trophy because they did won an FA Cup. But obviously you can see that this season they are getting nowhere. So I think the appointment of Arteta is wrong lah. Basically, the team is in a mess. They should have gotten someone that, you know, that is stronger, that have a better blueprint of what they should do with the team. I think the problem with Arsenal now is they have I don't even know if they are a team at this point of time. Yeah, they have individual players that can play, but they don't look like a team at all. Yeah, so in terms of trophy, yes, but I'm not sure if they have a better season than us last season. But in terms of trophy, yes, because they have won and we don't have. Yeah.
Right. I think well point, Alex. I hope Nick answers the question, and I really hope Arsenal is hoping to come back. Good luck to them in the championship, though. But it is what it is. But Sharif, I'm gonna go round the clock. Sharif first, and then Nick, and then one for the end of you. Sharif, I want you to tell me your prediction for the Everton game. What do you think the prediction of scoreline gonna be?
Oh, okay.
This
If
is
they
your
play
chance.
like a Leeds,
Yeah.
If they play like Leeds, I think they can win like 3-0.
Wow, 3-0 to United. Woo.
Mhm.
Nick, how about you, Nick?
It's a banana skin, actually. I think this game is a banana skin. So I'll be happy that we can just scrape through a 1-0 victory. Yeah.
All right. Mark, what do you think, Mark?
Oh, I'm with Nick, man. I mean, the team against Everton will be a totally different team, man. You definitely have to rotate 3 days. This game, the next one against Leicester away 3 days. I think 1-0 or 2-1. I'm with Nick, man. Just we can just go straight by lah.
I feel so too. We might scrape by, or maybe we might not even make it. You know, you never know. The players are tired. And the thing is, right now, the players' mindset are really, really switched on for the Premier League instead. So, I don't know, will Carabao Cup will be in their minds. But yes, I hope they really, really scrap through. But Mark, there is a question from Ridwan Anthony Martial. To all who are you to prefer the starting lineup against Everton, do you think Pellistri will get a chance? Mark, I think you're the only person who knows Pellistri in and out. Do you think he might start though?
No chance. I mean,
No
it's
chance.
not going to, not this game. Not this.
My tier one have said it. No chance for him to start. Fellas, we are almost to the end of the show. You know what, Nick and Sharif, thank you so much for actually chiming
Thank
in.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
You know, it's always been wondering whereby we always, whenever we started this United show, guys, we always wanted, right? Thinking like, okay, if United loses in the weekend, it's going to be booming. But regardless of United winning or losing on the weekend, the Monday show in all United again always booms up. Yeah, Mark is always there to come up with a lot of news. All right. You know, for all out there catching us there, guys, please tune in every Monday. All right. On 9 p.m. we will be live here. We'll be back again next week on the 28th. That will be our last show. All right. Towards the end of the year before Napshot Studio actually goes on a break. All right. Mark, you want to tell the guys out there, United fans, what to expect this week? It's going to be another big week for us. So, Mark, tell the guys.
Oh man, I think enough me, man. Let's give Sharif and Nick the floor. What to expect of United this week? Come on, we start with Sharif.
Whatever thing is, if you are a true United fan, win, lose or draw, you still have to support them.
It is. Nick, go for it.
I mean, I hope that we can get through the EFL Cup. I think, like what Joel said, I think that really gives us a very big chance of winning something this season. But these two games are going to be tough. Everton, then Leicester. I have my concern. But last week I had my concern too. You know, when I look at Sheffield, when we had Sheffield United and then Leeds United, I was quite worried that, you know, we'll just slip off when every time when we wanted them to win, we always think they could win. They just slip. So hopefully my worry is unfounded again this week, and we can get through both games safe and sound and continue to climb up the table. Yeah.
All right. Well said. Mark, some words for the United fans, what to expect.
Expect Ole to tinker and freestyle, man. I mean, that's Ole. I mean, I always worry until I see the lineup, because when I see the lineup, I know what's Ole going to do. So, us as fans, we're just going to have to wait 1 hour before kickoff just to make ourselves feel good or know what to expect when we're under Ole, man. You know Ole.
Exactly, man. Oof. What a time, what a show to be on a Monday to always catch it. Guys out there, do not forget, we have the Code Break Liverpool show on this Wednesday at 9 p.m. live on Napshot Studio. So catch my boys, Calvinder and the Mayor. The Mayor himself will be, I think it'll be Faris and Mayor that will be on live this Wednesday. All right, so catch them both live, hosting this show together. Code Break Wednesday is back at it. Mark, it's been wonderful hosting with you. Sharif and Nick, you guys have been wonderful guests with us. With that, I think we can wrap this up with my boy signing off. Mark goes again, and this is Joel. Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, guys. Wear masks, and you know what? Never ever write the devil off, guys. Have a good night, everybody. Cheers.
Good night. Okay, cheers.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.